France, eldest daughter of the Church, are you faithful to the promises of your baptism? Allow me to ask you, France, daughter of the Church and educator of peoples, are you faithful for the good of man to the covenant with eternal wisdom? More than 36 years later, the pressing question of John Paul II to the French people continues to resonate. In so many ways, France has forgotten the treasure that she has received, and in so many places, France is dying after having abandoned God. Yet amid this dying land, there is great hope to be found among the youth. The Fraternity of Saint Vincent Ferrier is a religious community of Dominican inspiration, based in Chemeray-le-Roi, 150 miles southwest of Paris. Disciples of St. Thomas Aquinas, the brothers are first and foremost apostles, whose preaching is oriented to the salvation of souls by the light. This young community is spreading in all directions.
My name is Brother Peter Mary, and I came to know the fraternity by a very traditional method, the internet. I was searching for traditional communities and at the same time the Dominican religious life. And in searching, I found the Fraternity of Saint Vincent Ferrier at Chemeray-le-Roi. So I said, why not give it a shot? I found the email address. I emailed. The founder replied saying, yes, you can come visit. So I came for a week. It seemed like a fit, and the rest is another story. I entered here because God has given me so much, and I wanted to say yes to a call that I sensed really deep down in my soul to give everything to Him, a radical yes. And what does that entail? That entails sanctity, sainthood, but with two attractions in particular. One, to give myself completely to God, just God alone. But at the same time, another attraction, almost in the other sense, to give everything for the redemption of souls, for the salvation of souls, for those who are ignorant, for those who are doubtful, for those who want the truth, for those who want sanctity. And that's the Dominican life. Why this Dominican life at the fraternity? Because I need the tradition. I need the formation in the full sense of the word that comes from the whole tradition of the Dominican life from centuries. And I didn't find that anywhere else other than here at Chemeray-le-Roi. Nowhere else in the world. I really tried to find the traditional Dominican life, and this was just about it.
But this flourishing community is in need of a suitable home base. In recent years, several young candidates to the religious life have joined our ranks, and the requests for lodging for retreats and spiritual exercises are consistently increasing. The fraternity has taken the bull by the horns, and in 2014 launched a considerable project entitled Des Pierres qui Prêchent, Stones that Preach. Back in 1982, the first friars erected a humble chapel out of an old barn. Today, the chapel is too small to accommodate the families and the faithful who flock to attend our masses and offices, and the sanctuary has become too small to welcome new vocations.
Hello, my name is Father Jordan. I'm from Germany. Our community is building a new church that will give our convent the full dimensions of a mother house. That's to say, a house of formation and contemplation, a house which will radiate our Dominican life.
Let me now explain to you what are the goals of our project. Firstly, a much larger nave to welcome twice as many faithful in decent conditions. Secondly, a choir with 32 stalls to accommodate the current friars and future vocations. And thirdly, of course, a larger sanctuary to celebrate our beautiful traditional Dominican liturgy.
Due to a lack of sufficient space for guests, we are forced to refuse many requests from priests, seminarians, and laypeople who wish to take advantage of a place of prayer, study, and community life. At present, we are only able to accommodate 7 people, a far cry from the ambitions of a community which is dedicated to sharing the fruits of its contemplation with others. This enclosed space, claustrum, with its distribution of buildings at regular intervals and its covered galleries connecting to the church, is an application of the principles of the Roman atrium to a monastery. It is a liturgical space for the living and for the dead. The cloister serves as a place of prayer for the friars to meditate upon the mysteries of the Rosary or to do their Lectio Divina. The cloister garden, with its paths meeting at the well in the center, is a space open to heaven in this fortified city, an image of the heavenly Jerusalem, the source of fresh water flowing down and irrigating the world. The total construction budget is $6 million. The first blessing was that our business partners managed to fit such an extensive plan within a reasonable budget. These partners, who also form the core team of laborers for construction, can be considered the first contributors to this outstanding project. Since 2014, the fraternity has mobilized and collected donations throughout France, Europe, and the entire world. This fundraising effort has been, thanks be to God, very successful, a second blessing. But today we are short of funds by about $300,000, 5% of the original budget. If the friars are not able to make up for this shortfall quite soon, construction will have to be delayed indefinitely. At this point, you might be wondering why this project in France deserves support from the United States. The reason is quite simple. Our fundraising is international because our community has an international vocation as well. In fact, we are the only religious institute in the world where you will find these 3 things united: total fidelity to the ancient Dominican liturgy, integrally Thomistic studies and apostolate in the service of divine truth, and traditional monastic observances and a life of penance. And all of this in order to conduct souls to eternal life, as St. Catherine of Siena put it. Recently we have been blessed with young American vocations, and with your help we hope to bring our apostolate to your wonderful country.